Bookies. It is Friday night, and I'm going to start the vlog today. It is the 17th, and no, I'm not wearing any green. I did not feel like it. I just kind of got out of a big funk, and I'm going to try to do like kind of a 23-hour awake session. Try not to sleep until 7 p.m. Saturday to fix my sleep schedule. We will see how that goes. So usually it doesn't go good. I'm also watching the Eras tour on my phone because I'm broke. What can I say? I'm broke. Anyways, this month so far I've read one book. It's been a picture book. It's been Keyana Loves Her Family, and while that was really cute and good, I need to read more than that. So we are going to try to get everything done and get to cracking on this. I also have a couple of posts that I was supposed to do when I was not sick, so I'm going to do a lot of makeup posts, so we're going to go through and fix all of that. And yeah, I think the books I'm going to start off with are the rest of the picture books because I can just get those one and done. So that will be Grandpa's, Pride, Lost and Found, and not a picture book, but Super Secret Monsters I'm going to just knock out as well. And also the Moth Keeper because I want to get a review up at that one. So that's 4 books that I'm hoping to get done within my first reading session. Hopefully I'm going to also finish The House That Whispers. The House That Whispers. I had a brain break. Anyways, so that is it right now. I'm going to get back to cleaning, and I will catch y'all up in a bit. This battery's about to die. Anyways, hi. It is Monday the 20th, and it is 2 a.m. I'm very tired, but I'm trying to redo my sleep schedule again. I'm trying to go to like a 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. sleep schedule, because I want to hang out with my husband. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, I just did my Spanish thing on Duolingo, and I have been reading a ton. So I have finished a ton of books. Obviously, Keyana Loves Her Family. I finished that one like last week, and I just got the review done. I also finished Lost and Found, Granddad's Pride, and a Super Secret Monster Experiment. I finished those like kind of picture, small children books. I also finished The Moth Keeper, which was a really big graphic novel. So good. So good. I also finished The House That Whispers by Lim Thompson, and that is already like 3 books that I've read that have trans authors or trans characters. I am awesome. Sadly, that was way too early for the trans readathon. Anyways, it's okay. I also just finished It's Boba Time for Pearly, and I have started on my buddy read of Twin Crowns. I got like 60 some. I'm so sorry I woke you. Go back to sleep. I got 60 some pages into Twin Crowns, which is my buddy read. I am 51% into Forget Me Not, and I am 14% into Sophie. That's a lot of updates. I've been reading a ton. So yeah, I am just doing like 30 minutes work, 30 minutes reading, off and on, off and on, off and on. So I'm going to get this vlog update. I'm going to plug you in, so that way you charge. And then I'm going to get started on Instagram. I have a ton of posts that I was supposed to do, and whoopsie again. So I'm gonna get the Instagram work done and start the posting in segments. It's gonna take like a couple of sessions. Anyways, that is it for the update right now, so I will catch y'all up maybe like later today or something. Hey Bookies, I don't know how long it's been since I updated this week, but it's Friday and I am in a parking lot. I'm at the event for the I Will Find You Again event hosted by Brave and Kind at the Decatur Public Library. So I'm waiting on that to begin because traffic was very light. I don't know what happened in Atlanta, but there was like no traffic. I don't know. Anyways, a reading update. I've been reading a ton. I'm so happy. I don't know exactly where I was when I last left you, and I don't even know how many books I've read this week alone. But I know I have finished The House That Whispers. I think that was the last one I reviewed. No, I also finished It's Boba Time for Pearly. That was really good. 5 out of 5. So is The House That Whispers. 5 out of 5. What else have I finished? I finished Forget Me Not by Alyson Derrick. That was super good. I think that one's gonna be also a 5 out of 5. It was so good. I finished S.O.P.H.I.E, which was okay. It's probably gonna be like a 3 out of 5 for that one, or 2.5 out of 5. I'm not sure. It was okay. It was just okay. I also finished Operation Mom. That one also okay. Probably gonna be another 3 out of 5 or 2.5 out of 5. There was a lot of fat phobia in that one, and I actually might bump that down to like a 2 or 1.5 out of 5. I don't know. There was just so much fat phobia in that, and I did not appreciate that. My phone went off. And I just finished Camp QUILTBAG today. And that was so cute. It's going to be like a 4 out of 5 for that one. So that's where I'm at for finished books. So currently I am reading A Door in the Dark by Scott Reintgen. I still don't know how to pronounce your name, Scott. I'm so sorry. But it's really good so far, but it's really confusing at the beginning. So I'm kind of unsure. Like the magic system's like really good, but it's really vague, if that makes sense. It's just kind of hard to keep straight in my head. But like it kind of like goes back to D&D, and they mention kobolds and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. So like magic isn't like this infinite thing. You have like reserve wells, and you need to replenish and stuff like that occasionally. So I like that. I like that magic system. It makes much more sense to me than other ones where it's just like, I have unlimited power. Like, no. What else have I done? Oh yeah, I am about 50 pages away from finishing Twin Crowns. It's really good, guys. It's really good. A little bit too lengthy. There's a lot of detail in there, but I'm pretty sure that'll all come into play in the second one. I think that all that detail is going to pay off. So I'm really close to finishing that one. On ebooks, I started The Opportunist. I've not like started it yet, but it's loaded onto my Kindle ready for me to read. That's going to be a thriller mystery one. And for my next trans book, readathon book, I've started The Sunbearer Trials. I'm 17 pages in. There's a lot of info dumping at the beginning, so I just hope that I've got it all straight. And I am currently finishing up Emotion, obviously, by Becky Albertalli. It's super good. Again, like a lot of detail, maybe like some unnecessary little fluff here and there, but really good. And after that, I'm going to start the next new Syrian Girl. So yeah, that is where we're at right now currently for reading. And yeah. So I'm going to do this event, and then I'm going to check in with you later, and I'm going to wrap it up because tonight it's going to be super busy. I got to make a cookie cake for my mother-in-law and get all the party stuff done. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, so I will catch y'all up in a bit.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I wrote I Will Find You Again, and it's a book about two girls who are childhood best friends who fall in love and have a very traumatic and terrible breakup, after which one of them disappears, and the other one, the main character Cheese, sort of goes on a quest to uncover the last few weeks of her girlfriend Leah's death or disappearance. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say that. It happens pretty early. But she wants to uncover the last final weeks before that happened, and she kind of discovers a twist that changes everything she ever thought about herself and Leah and the whole relationship.
Secrets. Yeah. Jenna, you ready? There you go.
Does this work? I don't think so.
Is it on? Tap it on.
Hello? No. Not creepy. Thank you. That's friendship right there.
We know how to share. It's okay. We're all friends.
Yes, so that little beauty over there is mine, the first child, my firstborn. I can't tell you her height or weight or any of those dimensions, but she's lovely, and I...
Well, I'll bet you can. How many pages?
Oh, that's good. 384.
Yeah.
She's thick. Thank you for taking good care of her. Okay, that's what it was about, childbearing. No, so it's about Cass. I can't stay serious. It's about Cassidy Williams. She's a high school senior who
and no one in her life knows about it, so she has to kind of live in that world and live in a real world, and she is going through a lot of stuff. Senior year, first girlfriend, her mom abandons her and her dad. She has a cat who's incredible but causes her problems all the time, so she's a hot mess. Shout out for Mr. Tuttles. I have stickers of Mr. Tuttles, by the way, so fan club. Yeah, so then she meets her online best friend for the first time, and there might be some feelings attached, so things get more complicated. How do you do, Julia? You heard the book early.
I love it.
Is that all right?
Listen, if you are the geek that you know I am, you will thoroughly enjoy this book. It's amazing.
Thank you. And it's got a best friend that everyone wants.
Oh my God, yes!
Yeah.
Which one? No. Okay, thank you. Well, it's just the two, technically.
Oh, yeah.
But yes,
Yeah,
I was thinking.
you know what?
Yes, I know.
Thank you.
We're on
Yeah.
Does yours work?
I think so.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm the author of She's a Haunting. It is about 17-year-old Jade Wynn, who is queer and angry and Vietnamese. She visits her estranged father in Vietnam for college money and discovers that the French colonial house that he's renovating has sinister plans for her and her family. It's a little bit of Mexican Gothic, but a lot of the astonishing color out there.
Love it.
Destroy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So good.
This is a gorgeous display. I don't even want to ruin it by asking you all to read your first lines yet, so we're going to leave that for a dramatic reading later.
What?
Anything can happen tonight. I hope you're ready. All right, first question.
I'm going to interpret dance.
Nobody wants to see that.
So the first page is from the house's point of view. Mouth. This house eats and is eaten. Memories mar the wood, pencil in the heights of children, and wear the scuff marks of well-loved feet. There are echoes that do not stop echoing, trapped in notes and old curtains until they're found again, still screaming or laughing. Voices dead or gone. What parts are undigested lie waiting. There is no real organ here to rot, only soft wood that termites consider lost pollen. But shut the door tight and something can still die. The body becomes full of things it did not ask for. So when a door opens, it is this, the first page of a menu.
Dun, dun, dun. So,
Speaking of death. Okay. It's all the main character's point of view, so. Mr. Tuttles would be the death of me. We brought him home as a kitten 10 years ago. I was 7 at the time, and it was shortly after my neighbor, Mr. Tuttles, had died. Naming my cat after a crotchety old man who hated me more days than he didn't wasn't the smartest idea, but I'd never been good at letting go of things that were bad for me. This wasn't the first time Tuttles had run away. I'd usually find him on the porch swing next door, like he was trying to take the place of old man Tuttles, or he'd be hiding under a car or an equally hard-to-reach place out of cat's fight. But he wasn't in any of those hiding spots. He wasn't anywhere. Oh my God, she yells, Tuttles! Tuttles! Hoping that did the trick. It never did. He was a pain in my ass who showed up when it suited him, but I loved him too much to not look anyway. A car passed, a few leaves fell from the maple tree in front of my house, and still no cat.
Tuttles!
Tuttles! My heart started racing, and then the sentence is cut off, so we'll end there.
That's it. Dun, dun, dun.
So I just want to say that my narrator for the audiobook is Natalie, and she's actually very excellent and definitely better
Oh,
than
so
me.
good. Very good audiobook.
Yeah. So, okay. I'd give anything to be the girl people see when they look at me. Chase O'Hara, student council president, captain of the best cross-country team in the state, and clear favorite here for teachers. Expected valedictorian, voted most likely to succeed. A future with her last name etched in gold atop skyscrapers, multi-million-dollar bonuses, Congress or the Supreme Court perhaps, or insider trading scandals if she goes astray. They look at me like I have this power, like I'm in control. What they don't know, it's 2 a.m. on the 5th night in a row that I haven't been able to sleep, and the world feels like it's spinning away from me. I get up from bed and the ground sways. I think about that Chase, the one people think they know. I used to feel like her, or more like her. Like I could do anything, be anything. Like life was laid out for the taking, and all I had to do was reach. Now I reach for the Altoids tin in my bag, shake it. I'm low, but not desperately so. I pop it open and drop a small pink pill onto my tongue, swallowed dry.
Dun, dun, dun. Those are like some good first pages. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Do you need mine?
Do you need a nap?
A juice box would be nice. Preferably one high in sugar. Chapter 1, the rules of a dare. Rule number 1 to accepting any dare. Never agree to something you're not 99.5% positive you can complete. It's the easiest rule to honor. Never ask a random peer an invasive question if they look like they've had a bad day and could potentially murder you on the spot.
So much death.
Don't agree to eat a ghost pepper if you have a low tolerance for spicy foods or onions. Absolutely no streaking in a neighbor's yard if you can't outrun their usually playful but extremely protective Akita. On second thought, no streaking, period. I know all this by heart. I also know the second J. Scott opens his mouth to say, Theo, you're up. At picking up lunch, I'm doomed. As if this never-ending week of studying and exhausting track practices weren't enough, now it's a dare day too.
Guess what? It's a dare day.
Hey Bookies, it is Sunday, the 26th. We did the birthday party yesterday for my mother-in-law. It was pretty fun. Got to see my parents, got to see his parents, got to see and talk with Ethan's granny and pa. It was pretty good. But besides that, I did nothing. I was up for 24 hours, so I immediately crashed when we got home. And I have been working on cleaning the house ever since. Our power went out last night, so it interrupted my dishes, and now my dish schedule is thrown off. The only book that I really read yesterday was, I got 22% into The Opportunist, which was, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's basically about this very rich family. The dad is really old. He had a stroke, and he's on hormones to treat prostate cancer and all this other stuff. He's like, he needs like a home nurse, and he got a home nurse. And when we are introduced into the story, we are following, it's a dual POV. The first chapter, we're following the daughter of this man. She's estranged from him. She doesn't like his business and stuff like that. She has a part-time job that's basically a full-time job. She has a disabled child who has muscular dystrophy, and she's got her own life. And her brother comes back into her life, and he's basically like, yeah, dad's bad off. He had this at-home nurse, and then they're getting married. And we think that she's money hungry, so we're going to give you a bunch of money that we know that you really don't want, but we need you to do a favor to help us get rid of this girl. And so she's kind of like all in for it, but the other chapters are from the money hungry person who is just marrying him for his money kind of thing, and like you find out that she's really not at all. There's like a lot of, well, I don't really know that for sure, but there's a lot more depth to her than what they're saying, and it sounds like it's going to be a very interesting thriller. There's like a lot of different motives, there's a lot of different like secrecy and stuff like that. It's pretty good so far, it's pretty good. I don't know if it's going to keep it that way, but it's pretty good so far. But if you do read it before I finish it and tell you like my true thoughts and like my review and everything, there is a lot of fat phobia, okay, so there's some fat phobia. There's like talks about eating and dieting, a lot of ED concerning stuff, and I'm getting to the part where I'm starting to wonder if there's maybe some child sexual abuse that's also happening in this book with some of the narratives. Obviously not the disabled child, not the current one, but like in the past and stuff like that. So a big trigger warning for that, if you are not wanting to read something like that. This may not be your book, but if you want to try it, just go into it with that in mind, so that way you're not shocked or anything. But yeah, other than that, I am going to continue cleaning. I've almost got the downstairs cleaned, and I can go upstairs. and get that cleaned, get a shower in, and then rest. But yeah, that is basically what I'm doing right now. I have a ton of computer work to do. So it's just going to be a lot of like 50 minutes working, 50 minutes reading. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I will catch y'all up in a bit. Hey, Bookies. I don't remember where I left off. It is Tuesday the 28th. And yeah, I have, I don't know. I get into these moods where I want everything to be organized. So last night I made a reading order that I'm going to try to keep to. So it's like, I read these in order and I read them for 50 minutes a day. The computer read, the ebook read, whatever readathon book I have. Year and Adelia read, slash the magical readathon. Brave and Kind reading challenge. The Bridgerton read, the Percy Jackson series, Hunger Games. I previously started reading upcoming read, and then later on when I get some of these down, I'm going to incorporate the backlog stuff. Now that might not mean anything to you, but it means a lot to me. So like yesterday, I have been working on Midnight Strikes, which is my computer read, because the way that NetGalley sometimes does it, the format is not available on my Kindle. I can't get it onto my Kindle, so I read it just on my computer with a little Adobe digital editions thing. So I've been reading that for 50 minutes a day. It's actually really good, like really good. If you're into like Groundhog Day kind of stories, this is going to be your bread and butter. The ebook, I just finished The Opportunist, and for the computer read, I also finished A Door in the Dark. So I started on Someone Had to Do It. For the ebook read, it's a little confusing right now, but it seems to be pretty good. Basically, from where I'm getting right now, because it's told a little wonky, our main character worked at like this modeling fashion agency as an intern, and she was hoping to get the job, but then they just told her that she's going to be let go. In my opinion, that means that she could have just left, but apparently she's going to finish up her internship. I don't know. So anyway, she's upset about that, and she's dating this guy, and they have to keep kind of a low profile because he's like some sort of like sports star, and I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got for that. I'm still working on my trans readathon books. I'm going to continue until I'm done, and then I'm going to donate the full amount. I'm going to do like 5 per book, so it's going to be like 60 that I'm going to donate to the Trans Legal Fund. I'm still working on the Sun Bear Trials by Aiden Thomas. I'm almost done. This is pretty good. I would describe this as Hunger Games-like, but with lots of animals. And obviously Hispanic inspired. It's kind of like a Percy Jackson meets Hunger Games. I'm thinking about it with all like the demigods and the semidiosis and stuff like that. Kind of Percy Jackson-like, but they're in like a kind of trials kind of thing, so it's Hunger Games-like. It's a little hard to explain, but it's there. I am finishing up Gleanings for the Brave and Kind challenge. Which one was this one again? I need to make a list. I have that on my to-do list for tonight. I have a lot of to-do lists right now. Oh wait, no, this is my Year in Adelia readathon book, and it is the Turn Right one, which was, what prompt was that? Finish a series. This will be the end of a series. And this one is my Brave and Kind book challenge. This one is read a book with a character that has a disability. The main character in this one has POTS. And it's actually really good. If you like the Musketeer stories when you were younger, you'll like One for All. So then, like, when I get to another reading break, I'm going to continue on with The Duke and I, and then the first book of the Percy Jackson series, the first book of the Hunger Games. I'm going to try to finish up these 3, which is Trusting True North, A Head Full of Magic, and a Rushaw book 5. And then back to the next new Syrian Girl, which I am also almost done with. It's chaotic, I know, but it works for my brain, because my brain likes to skip around a lot. We like to do skippies. Anyways, so that's all to say that I have a lot that I'm reading currently. I am one of those chaotic people that like to have multiple reads going all at once. But I kind of have to, because this stack over here is pretty big and intimidating. But yeah, that's where we're at. Don't think I finished anything else. I don't know. I'll include it right here if I forgot to mention it in the last clip or this clip. But yeah, I've been doing like super good at reading and everything. I've been getting a lot done. It's just a little overwhelming because now I got 8 books I need to review. It's whatever though. Anyways, that is it for this update right now, and I will catch y'all up in the next. A little bit sooner of an update than I wanted, but I just got done reading 50 minutes of The Duke and I for today, and I had to restart it for one because I completely forgot, except for like a lot of the key details, I forgot like what was going on in the book. So I just thought I'm just going to go ahead and start it. So I got 149 pages into that, but it has a little thingy for, you know, because it's a Once Upon a Book Club box book. So it has like a little thingy about like when you get to this page stop. So anyways, like on page 120 in The Duke and I, Simon, who is Lord Hastings, gives some flowers to Mrs. Bridgerton when he goes to go meet Daphne's family. And there's a little thingy on here that was tied around it, and it says, "Oh, you clever, clever man, she will positively melt at your feet." And that's a quote from the book. And this is really cute. Like, oh, and they're individual flowers, so like you could take off this rubber band and like, whee, flowers. They're like pretty good quality. They're like this really weird rubber thing. So yeah, probably be really good in pictures. But yeah, that's the update. I just wanted to do that because the little sticky note in there is annoying the heck out of me. So I want to pull it out, but I had to do that before I completely forgot what I was doing. But yeah, I'll catch y'all up in a bit. Hey, Bookies. So I don't know if I ended the vlog or not, but we are well past Friday. We're almost going into Sunday. We had some stores. We had a lot going on Saturday, so and I also cashed in a sleep debt. But anyways, regardless of that, that is the end of this vlog. We did finish March off, so I finished 16 books. The last couple were The Opportunist and The Sunbury Trials. I don't know if I updated that in the last vlog or not, but yeah, that's where we're at. And I also reorganized my TBR, so I brought a lot of the books that were upstairs down here because I'm going to just focus on like one category of books at a time, and I went ahead and I categorized them, so like computer reads, ebooks, audiobooks, past readathon, like the trans readathon I'm still finishing up. We have the year in Aldea that I am finishing up, and then I'm going to run into the Magical Readathon. I will give an update about that, or I have already in the April TBR video. Then we have the Brave and Kind Readathon. We have the Bridgerton one that I'm doing, the Percy Jackson one that I'm doing, the Hunger Games one that I'm doing, and yeah, just all of that. So I went through it and I categorized it. So the books that we're going to conquer for next week, I will talk about in next week's vlog. So thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next week. Bye!